Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends. Oh, we got a bumblebee. Is Floss holding down push to talk? There we go.
No. Well, then I was. And now.
Well, this episode is off to a great start. We are back with Candy Kingdom, the final Let's Build brought to you by Wikz. So stay tuned and let's check it out. All right, I am joined with Wikz,
Hello.
Leebies,
Hi, everyone.
and our Missy Goods.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, we got the whole crew. We're missing Webb, unfortunately.
Again.
Webb, you will be missed. And we're finalizing Cupcake Kingdom. Man, we've come a long way. It feels like we've been working on this project forever, but it's only been like a month or two.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And considering how much details throughout Fairground Farms and Cupcake Kingdom, we have accomplished a lot. It's quite phenomenal. So you guys really took the reins on this one. I'm gonna say, Leebies really did take the reins with majority of the park area. Zaphor did an amazing job with the interior of the cake, Synchros with the coaster, but generally, this whole area was made by you guys. I didn't touch anything. Chant did the last cleanup. It's really cool seeing, just sitting back and seeing what you guys are doing. It's come together, and it's surprise. It's a nice surprise every time someone passes it back. I really enjoyed just getting surprised every time you guys finish something. So everybody's done a fantastic job with this project so far, and there's a lot of character and personality. Just going from Fairground Farms to here, it's just night and day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's completely different. And I've been looking at the comments from all the viewers, and people seem to this seems to be the fan favorite area of the two so far. And I'm thinking Gulpy Island just might be that new fan favorite because of the Gulpy blueprints, which you guys have not seen. But spoiler alert, there seems to be a lot of personality in those blueprints. A lot. And I almost feel like there's an evolution of personality. You go Fairground Farms is very happy, farm-like. It has characters. It has little, farm creatures and things like that. Little animals and things. And then you come here and it's like cupcake warriors and countesses, and it's a village. It's a bustling town/city. And then you go to Gulpy Island, and it's gonna be like party time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so full of characters. It's crazy. So this project's so much fun, and it's nice seeing it all come together. And being at the last stretch of Candy Kingdom, moving on to Gulpy Island, these are really the biggest areas. We've tackled the biggest stuff first. Everybody's concerned about the part count and if we're gonna make it, but I think it's gonna be a little bit easier after Gulpy Island and Candy Cove, which we're tackling. So should be smooth sailings. I think we're gonna do it. I'm pretty confident. How do you guys feel?
Positive thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Positive. Yeah.
It's the end of the world.
Stay out of the world! You didn't finish the park! No, that would be sad. We're gonna just hope that we don't get into like corrupted save file or something. I think that's the only thing that would set us back. Like we've talked about in the last episode, we have seen some pretty big parks in this game. I'm confident that Planet Coaster will be stable. It'll at least survive, even if it's at 5 FPS. It'll make it.
Yep.
It's pretty good that way, this game. I've never really had to deal with corrupted files. Like, I have, but like you just re-upload it and it seems to fix it. You know what I mean? We've seen that, but I don't think I've ever had an issue where I'm in a park or in a map out of 150 park spotlights and thousands of coasters. I've never had a situation where I'm like, oh, this is crashing the game, is bugging out. So, people harp on Frontier for not making the best optimized game, but in terms of stability, it seems really good. I know people have their crashes, but sometimes it's relevant to your GPU drivers, things like that. You know what I mean? It's more software or hardware, software, something like that. Not the game related though. Right, I think everyone's experience with the game so far has been generally very stable, right? So yeah, I think we'll make it through this. but we'll be at like 5 FPS by the end of it, if not already. I don't know. How is this running for you on your end, Wikz? I know your machine isn't fully upgraded yet.
I had 22 FPS, I think.
That's about the same as me, but I was on Ultra. I don't know.
Yeah, I had it in medium.
Okay. I just need to lower my graphics, but we're trying to present this thing to you guys. Chant was on the lowest, and it looked like it was running butter smooth. I was so surprised.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it in pause, then everything can be made, you know. But as soon as you play.
But is there any reason to build in play mode, and unless you're testing a coaster, right?
Nah, yeah.
Or a ride. Yeah, that ride's gonna be a doozy. I like these cupcake pillars.
Yeah, I love that you're just like going around being like, what can I steal? You're secretly working for Captain Jawbreaker, aren't you?
No.
Stealing is name of the game with this collab, and that's what I really like about it. Everybody gives you all this stuff, but you're like, I like that, but I just want to steal this one piece from it, or I'm going to hack that piece off. And that's essentially how this whole park up until now has been made. It's just been a hack and slash system. And you know, Libby's can attest to that. Zayfor, Wikz, everybody who's worked on this stuff, like everybody's stolen something. And that's what I love, everything being cohesive like that. You can really work something together. Trying to build a park just using the Steam Workshop, it's so hard to get all these pieces to work together, but it really does work here with our custom collection. It all came together looking like it matches, but there was some thievery involved. Stealing some cupcake houses.
I love this little section you're making.
Yeah, I kind of thought it looked cool with the coaster in the back coming around.
Yeah, it's sneaking through the back of the village there.
And you made it nice and short so you can still see the ride behind it.
Yep.
I cannot wait to go back and ride Synchros' coaster and see how that looks with this whole area finished. Because all the little spots that it pokes out and peeks through and goes through all those little caves, Wikz has done a good job of detailing around it. Essentially, all of Wix's area was around the coaster. So it's going to change the perspective of that coaster immensely. So that'll be a fun ride. I'm excited about that. I could definitely see all these hidden shops. They're all Missy Goods, Chan was saying. Oh boy.
Yeah, I didn't even look at them. I just placed down. No, there's a shop. Yep, placed down.
I didn't even think about that for this area because I hadn't been building in it. I remember doing that with Fairground Farms. There was like a lot of Gulpy. Yeah, there was a lot of like Pip shop and Gulpy. It was just all drinks. I had to change them to food. I'm suspecting that the Gulpy Island will also have a lot of Gulpy.
Gulpy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We're not looking at things on the simulation front. We want to try, and I want to try to present the park with guests in it. But how many will that be? I don't know. If you put 1,000 parks in the wow, I can't speak. 1,000 guests in the park. How many do you think you would really see? It's such a big park, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if there's 200 dispersed in each area, 1,000 total, it would still look pretty dead, wouldn't it? You would need like 8,000 guests for this park in order for it to be bustling. It certainly spans a long way. Getting the Cupcake Warriors in here again.
Yeah.
I love all the different weapon sets on these guys. That guy has dual maces, sword and board. You got a big mallet on one. Cupcake catapults. Or what
I really like this stuff he made.
I love that you dedicated this area to them and really just made them a true part of Cupcake Kingdom. I'm not sure we realize the value of having little characters and what it does for the park.
Oh, I did. That's why I was like, can you make 80 more of these?
Yes, and Gummy Island is going to be full of them too, so it's really good. So
yeah, The only park I've ever really built in Planet Coaster was Yetiland, which was basically 95% characters. And it does add a lot of personality to them, to the areas. So I love the Cupcake Nights. They really accentuate this whole medieval feel, you know? That Cupcake Kingdom really is a medieval park, right? It's quite cool.
Indeed. Yeah. I really like it. Yeah, maybe I went a little bit overboard with the bunting, but you know me. I like my bunting.
The what?
I love it.
The bunting.
Bunting.
What is bunting?
The little flags.
The flag.
Okay.
On string.
I think it's great.
No, yeah, it adds a little bit of charm, and it just breaks up the contrast of things.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's a training or practice range, it has to be a lot of represent flags, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yep, red and white flags. Love it.
You did a really good job fencing off each part. It's a tedious thing to do, but it's worth it.
You're like, that guy doesn't fit.
Should I made them too small?
You don't really notice those things, like you said, like the towers didn't really have doors. At the end of the day, like not everything has to make sense, but as long as it looks like it makes sense, you know what I mean? Like you can get away with a lot with compositions and making things, and you know they just have to be believable. And some people fret about like, oh, size and this and that, and they worry about every little detail window. That doesn't make sense having that there. But at the end of the day, no one really notices. It's
true.
It's a matter of, does it look right? Does it make, like, you know, does it look appealing? If that you know, it's good to think about some of those things at times. It really depends on what you're doing. But with a project like this, everything is so strange that having a door slightly too big or small is really not going to be noticed. Put some extra weapons around. Love it.
Yeah. Kind of thought it needed a little bit more over there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was struggling here in the middle on what to make, though, until I made the Royal Throne.
Right.
Which we'll see me make. But I really didn't know what to do first. I think I had like a hour's break or something.
You got a bit of an awkward area because you got two large 6-meter paths coming out of that cave.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't really give you a lot of space right down that strip there. Yeah.
No, and I think I wanted to try and make like a gateway into the Cupcake where the first coaster is, but I just couldn't figure out what to do at the end.
So this whole little thing that you end up building was another custom build?
Yeah.
I think it
was.
For a sec, I remember looking at it and thinking you used Libby's as hero piece.
No, I made that. It's pretty. It's nothing. It was nothing fancy. It was just some.
I like this network of bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I delete some of them because I didn't think they looked all right at the end.
Trying to fit them in. No, that looks cool.
I think I delete that one, the long one, actually. You can always edit.
It works.
I used some of Libby's flower beds. I think he made those on next to the Royal Throne here.
Flower beds?
I think he made some flower beds. You'll see them. I'll add them later.
Yeah, some around the entertainment point, and then I pulled them out and used them in other places as well.
Yeah.
I like this drawbridge idea. We didn't really utilize any drawbridge, like going up into the castle or anything.
No, but I think I ended up deleting it. As I said, I really couldn't really figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the end result there, having like a little throne room with the knights all protecting it in the training grounds. It all comes together very nicely. So, really good job here.
Yeah, thank you. It was just like a spontaneous idea I wanted to try out, and I was like, yeah, let's go with this.
Yeah, I mean, you had a lot of room to work with for training grounds. It's hard to fill that space, but man, you jam-packed it. You got the jousting thing over there, or the training grounds, the weapon grounds, and this. You know, I gave you that last little spot in the back to take care of, and I was like, well, wonder what he's gonna do back there. I can't remember what you did back there, but you did squeeze like a flat ride or something in there.
Yeah, it was a flat ride I didn't see at the challenge, so I'm guessing it's something that has been added to it, and I thought it was kind of neat.
We certainly did have a lot of flat rides for this area. I'm curious to know how many we ended up getting in. Do you remember, Chant?
Well, no.
No?
I was like, we can sit here and be like, okay, Levy's, how many did you put in? Wikz, me. But Zaphor put a couple in. I don't know how many.
That is right. There's some inside the center of the cake.
Mm-hmm. I put in
Synchros
one.
put in one. Or was it? Yeah, he put in one. You put in one? Yeah, that's right. So, and Levy's, do you remember if you put any in?
I put 3 in.
Oh, wow. So that's
Three.
what, 5? And Wikz,
Yeah,
you
3.
put 1 in? At the back.
Oh, I put 2 in.
All right, 7
And
flat rides.
Johnny, you put one in.
I did?
Yeah, the very first one next to the station for the Synchros coaster. You put that one there. Oh no, you think? Oh, is that the one you counted for Synchros?
Yeah, I think Synchros put that one in.
Okay.
Yeah. 7 flat rides. That's a lot more than I thought. So there's like plenty of rides. 7 flat rides, 2 coasters, and then our track ride is going to be going through there as well. So it is definitely a bustling theme park, just this area of the park. I remember some people saying in the comments that there wasn't enough flat rides in Fairground Farms, but there was actually like 5 or 6. So it's still quite a lot, I think, all things considered, right? If you go to a small fairground or like a little, like one of those mobile parks or like the fair's up, and this there, they usually only have like 7 or 8 flat rides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot. So Fairground Farms being like a farm area, it's supposed to be majority scenery, and but we stuck in quite a bit of flat rides in there. So throughout this whole park, I mean, we got to trim back on the flat rides at this point, I think. They're so big and hard to fit, Yeah. And I'm a little bit worried because everybody's making these flat rides for Gummy Island, and I'm just thinking, I don't know how many of these are going to make it in. It's such a small island that I think that one will be mainly shops, the go-kart. Maybe we get a coaster in there. I highly doubt it, though. It'd have to be like a boomerang, But I think it'll be more of like a resort. It's like your motels and stuff, right? It's your hangout spot. You get some food. It's a party town. So we don't really have room for flat rides over there. And it's time to trim back, I think. We have plenty so far. It's definitely a theme park. Those nights are my favorite, I think. The black ones.
Yeah.
They're so badass.
They should be the Cupcake Countess.
Right hand, or what do they call them? The king's hand?
Yeah, exactly.
Hand of the queen.
So I think I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of cover, make a passage into it.
Right.
But I don't know if I actually
It's awkward working with the cave there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind just the cave opening, but I could see the reasoning for trying to cover it, make it look more integrated.
Mm-hmm.
Like the little planters along the side as well.
Are those Levy's planters then?
Yeah, I think you made those, right, Leaves?
Yeah, the ones at the entertainment point.
Yeah.
I really like that little throne bit, how it turned out.
Oh, thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely did Levy's little town build justice, because Levy's did the small little town up front, and then it goes back to the bigger kingdom stuff, and then it's like, well, what do you do with the rest of the area? Well, the training grounds is like a perfect complement of adding something completely different that also complements what's already been done without doing just more of the same. You know what I mean? Like, this back area could have just been more kingdom, but instead it's training grounds, and I think it's just it's a really nice touch.
Did you find this area difficult to work with?
At the start I did, because first actually my first thought was I wanted to make a bridge that went over to to Fairground Farms, but just break it off so it was like broken to it. But then all of a sudden I just got like another idea that I should just make like a round wall ish, you see me make here. And just close it in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that is an awkward shape, and based off of what you said there, like, or what Chant asked, that's what Gulpy Island all is. It's these weird blobby teardrop shapes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious to know how the pathing ends up looking there, and how we manage to work with that. I think it's the most challenging, awkward.
You're welcome.
It looks awesome though. If we can get it covered just right, it'll look really, really good. I love the way the terrain works. It's a matter of, is it going to work in your favor or work against you, right? Man, those pies are amazing.
Yeah, who made that?
I can't remember, but they are amazing.
I just went into the collection Johnny made and just took whatever I thought was fittable here.
I borrow some of those pies when I touch up.
I love these houses from
Speaking of
Enigmatica.
touch-ups
Yeah.
and pies, didn't you throw a few around?
I did, but we'll see that in the next review.
Yeah, little teaser there.
Spoiler. Chance throwing pies.
What happens when Chant gets pies? It's exciting. Yep, the final stretch. Here we go.
All I see are like Misty Good Shop, and I'm like, oh, nightmares.
Yeah, you have
I had to
no
replace
shortage
so
of donuts in
many.
this town.
Which is appropriate, but still.
Yeah, you should be able to get a donut on every corner. Just not 5. So this is the final area that I was like, Wikz, did you do that area? And he's like, what area? He didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, I
like-
thought it was just gonna be something. Yeah, I don't know.
But the thing is, the coaster does, you could see it there in the top right corner. It comes right through. So having something here is like really nice for seeing that from the coaster perspective. But the coaster just comes out for a brief second. Had that not have happened, I'd probably said we could probably axe this area. But it did. So we gotta give it some treatment. Now, luckily, we didn't explore too much of that back area. That back area that we're going to axe is quite large. We could have probably fit another 50,000 parts back there at least. It's huge. So I didn't anticipate Cupcake Kingdom being... I guess the scale of terrain throws you off until you actually start putting things down.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, future projects, we definitely learn from this. We're going to be able to build parks that are just as awesome, but just like a quarter of the size, just as detailed, and they take, a month or two, but they'll be awesome. We can focus more on coasters. We can really get that theming down. But if you look at the way we've treated the theming in each area, we didn't phone it in. Every area is, between the two areas so far, and then what you guys will see from Gulpy Island, it's definitely a lot of detail. So if you could imagine in a future collab, if we just focused on Western, we would have the best looking Western park out there. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
no problem. After like the challenges we went through here, it would be a relief to make the most detailed Western park ever made. And just really let the coaster builders go ham with a lot of space, because I think we've really constrained our coaster builders with this project. We're like, here, you have to build on this and no further, don't go past there, only do this, and so many parameters where it's like, oh, okay. And they pulled it off. They did wonderful jobs. Going forward with the other areas, I think it's even more confining. What we want from Ice Cream Mountain and all that, it's going to get trickier. But looking at a new project like a Western area, I'd be like, here's a canyon. Make a wooden coaster. Have fun. A lot of freedom. And with freedom, gives you a lot of flexibility and lets people be really creative. So I'm super excited about the idea of taking everything we learned from this project and applying it. This will always be like that one that can't be matched. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, when we're done this, I challenge someone to try and do a bigger park. It's just, you definitely need the numbers. At the end of the day, if I tally up the credits for this, every blueprinter, every custom builder, I mean, there's over 100 people went into building this project. Over 200, I would say, at least, right? So,
Yeah.
and we're doing it in a timely manner. I've seen big parks that people have built in their videos or their email submission. They're like, this I've been working on for 2.5 years, or since the game was released. It's 2 years now. I've seen some projects where they're just coasters that people have worked on for a year or two. So we're definitely making the speed with the amount of builders that we have working on stuff. So shout out to everyone involved. I love this little hay rack that you're doing there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
These tables
very
are great.
detailed. Now, you've built Western stuff before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did that come in handy when building the stable?
Yeah, it did. I just used
Okay,
the same technique, or what do you say? Yeah,
it came together really quick. Very impressive.
thank you.
Yeah.
Very basic. But I found out that I made it too short again.
Well, this horse is a little big. It's believable. I think it works because the characters are so cartoony. It gives you that funky scale, and it actually like accentuates it and makes it look a little bit more playful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this area came together. It's really cute.
Yeah, I love that platform ridging across the whole tower there. Gives people a thing to peer off of. It's so cool. There you go. Some arches up there.
Need to
Yep.
watching
For
That would be the
painters.
worst job because there's like nothing over there.
Yeah, no coasters to even watch or anything.
You never know if an animal from Fairground Farm should peek.
Shoot it!
Or a box cat.
So you're a couple dead box cats back there.
Box cat watch.
Poor box cat.
Yeah. The box cat. Didn't another box cat make an appearance in this area?
I haven't placed one.
Nope, not that I know of.
I could have sworn we saw some kind of box cat make it into this area.
I may have put something down, but it wasn't a box cat.
Okay.
Alright.
Surprise then.
Surprise!
Yeah, I don't know who it was who made this, but I really like this ride skin. It's very quaint.
I was gonna comment, yeah. Colors are great.
I can't
It's
see
very
it right
neat.
now. Oh, alright, they just cupcaked the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's simple, but it works. It's really good.
So, I like the fact it's quite small. You can just slot it in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's perfect for this area, isn't it?
It'll definitely bring people over here.
Yeah, it goes with the circular shape of the area there. All the shops around the outside. Yeah, I'd love to see this park with 8,000 guests in. We're gonna do a stress test when this is all said and done. We're just gonna see if we can do it.
Kaboom!
Yeah. We're definitely pushing Planet Coaster to the limits with this project. But it'll be interesting to see. By the time we're done, we'll be like, all right, we know what Planet Coaster is capable of now. I'm gonna make this thing crash and put 10,000 guests in. Is there a limit to how many guests can enter the park?
I'm not sure, actually.
No idea.
I don't think I've ever tested that.
Internal one,
And I don't want to try test it either.
But there is a certain limit of how much is, only 1,000 guests will enter if there's only enough attractions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the most I've ever had is about 7 or 8,000, but I know of people who've got beyond 12,000, but I don't know.
Because I'm wondering if I didn't put a limit, how many guests would this park attract? We will find out. I'll do a speed test in the
I think I'm
future.
about to end
Save a
now,
backup
actually.
of the park first, just in case it explodes it.
Oh, that's the end, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull up the cinematics.
Hey.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I can't clap and push. There was clapping.
Yeah, the only area that I didn't get to fill is that first world you see here. Whatever I placed there, I just couldn't seem to I wanted the Cupcake Kingdom sign to be there. And I just felt
Sometimes a
like
bit
if I
of gap.
put
It's
something
nice,
in
isn't
front-
it? And it's
Yeah, I left it pretty empty.
Yeah, it leads you up to the
Yeah,
bits
not
behind.
every inch needs to be filled.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Oh, I like
no.
that one guy standing there. It's like, I am the chosen knight. I will protect the countess. Yeah, this shot here is pretty cool. Coming through the cave. Lovely.
Yeah, I just love this little tucked away area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really glad that you got around to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first got in the groove, then it was like, okay, this is
It's not so
possible.
bad.
See my frame rate dying a little. Trying to turn.
That pie shop, so good.
Yeah, it really is. Love that factory shop too.
Oh
Yeah.
man, those little
Yeah, me
pies.
too.
So you have the
My
little
stomach is
open areas.
rumbling.
Chant touched all that stuff up.
I
See
did.
that in the final park spotlight. I'm excited about it. Gotta ride those coasters again.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, can't wait to do that.
I couldn't, I wouldn't. If I should try ride the POV with it, then my computer was super laggy. So I don't even know actually if some down clips with the.
Oh, if the
Buildings
coaster
are
crashes into anything.
Yeah, I haven't checked that out. So yeah,
That looks beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
this
it
shot.
There's the throne.
I like how it fits with the whole kingdom, but it stands on its own, doesn't it?
Yep.
It does, yeah.
It's a unique part of Cupcake Kingdom.
Yeah, and it's right by the cake. It's like kind of towering over it all, so you get this like really nice shot of the cake from this area. Like that guy was kneeling over, and it was like big cake behind him. Looks so cool.
Yeah, I'm satisfied on how this turned out.
Me too. Really good job on this one, Wikz,
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
as well as Libby's
Yep.
doing the whole first area. Boom.
Yeah, this whole land has come out, kingdom's come out really well.
Yep, between Libby's and Wikz, you guys pretty much handled the whole thing. Zaphor did a great job with the interior there. Synchros did the coaster. So everybody contributed, but in terms of actually getting those blueprints down, is just Wikz and Libby's mainly. And some final touch-ups from Chant there. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that Zaphor tackled the interior of that cake the way he did. That was my biggest concern going into this area. And I couldn't be happier with the way that interior looks. Super nice.
Yeah, that's really good.
All right, beautiful shot. I love that shot there coming up. That's all of Cupcake Kingdom. We're going to do a final adjustment to the front battle. We have this blank little area. We'll come back to that in the future at some point. But it shouldn't really affect the overall park spotlight. Yeah, so the next video, you guys get to see us look around at everything in real time, ride those coasters again, and see Cupcake Kingdom finale. Awesome stuff.
Yep.
Boom. All right, there you guys go. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you all have a wonderful day, and we will see you in the park spotlight. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.